All right, a couple seconds here.
Word.
Welcome, all my aliens, apes, and zombies. It's Crypto Novo 311, and back at it again. Guess who we have? We have All City Collectibles, and we're going to be talking about some more NFTs, just like we were doing last night. We're going to do it again tonight. How are we doing this evening?
I'm good, bro. How are you?
Hey, no complaints. It's Sunday night. There's no complaining anywhere because you know what? What's happening in the NFT world is just blowing everyone's mind. But first, I got to dive into this Bitcoin, see where we're at here. I heard it was down a little bit, and as we can see, it's down about $1,000, but we're not going to dwell on that. As we move on to the Ethereum, see where it is around that $3,000 mark. And there again, just down $100, about 5 or 6%. But we got to see where all that money's flowing. Is it still coming into the NFT market? All right. So we can look right here at the 24-hour volume. CryptoPunks is around 9 million last week. Yesterday. Now it's about 7 million today. So yeah, the volume's coming down a little bit. But you know what? A lot of that money is getting distributed throughout this NFT space. And one of those spaces where it's going to go, hopefully it's going to be going right here to All City. All right. Because we're going to be pushing his wall work right here all over the place. Because we spoke with him yesterday with some other good friends in more of the traditional NFT art community with physical pictures. So this is more of the digital artwork that I love in the metaverse. And we didn't have a chance to go into too much depth about it yesterday, but I want to bring it into more of the limelight today. So All City Collectibles, I know you're on yesterday, but for our viewers today, how we break down a little bit about what you've been working on, what you have been working on, and just the cool collectible stuff that you're making for the metaverse.
Yeah, I appreciate you, Novo. So we're taking street graffiti and we're bringing it to the NFT space. Definitely trying to onboard as many writers from the street world as we can, and really trying to focus on the metaverse. So I'm pretty bullish on crypto voxels right now. Excited on that. Kind of as soon as I stepped around in there, I seen, wow, this would be really dope with graffiti. Obviously, it's like, you know, it's a cityscape kind of thing. So yeah, you're looking right now at All City HQ. If anybody's curious, you can just go www.allcityhq.com. That'll take you right to All City headquarters. We got a bunch of stuff inside and out. So you see, try to incorporate some fun stuff, just some avatar projects from the space, just to kind of keep everything relevant. This stuff ended up going up we had a bunch of fun actually a little while ago. We did the first Meta Mural Fest. So we took 9 parcels and crypto voxels. We wrapped them in graffiti and street art. And yeah, had a ton of fun. We had portals set up at each one, so it was super seamless. You could just go into one and then pop over to the next. I think we showcased about 15 artists. It was a really good time. So we're going to keep those going, probably do it seasonally. Next one's probably going to be in September. Keep an eye open for that. Like I say, metamuralfest.com. And yeah, so right there, you're looking at one of our graffiti baseball cards. These are kind of catching some eyes right now. They're a lot of fun. Good homie of mine, Cameo from NR VTS Cruise. We had a ton of fun doing these actually. So there's 12 of these. We did 12 editions of each, and trying to keep them affordable, right? This is kind of our first. This was technically our second drop, but we're kind of lumping these 2 first sets together. So they're pretty affordable, right? We're doing them at 0.025. You grab a whole set, we'll do you a custom. Talked about it yesterday. We did one for Sartoshi. It was a lot of fun with his punk in there. The legendary hoodie punk that I think is gone now, but still will always be kind of associated with him.
Well, I mean, that's the fun part about it is you can almost commemorate, you know, an old punk that you did have, you know, and you can always live in the metaverse. You can get tagged on the wall in the metaverse there. So you can always live forever. It doesn't just have to go just because it gets sold. But, you know, as we can see here through your cards, I mean, very collectible, very reasonable entry point, which is good. And what we're seeing is a lot of them are getting sold. There's not very many left.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, so like I say, we tried to make them accessible for everybody. We got lots of fun stuff coming next, and for every piece that you get, so every one of these collectibles that you get, so every one of these cards, you get PNGs with like the graffiti separate from the character, so you can put them up in the metaverse like we're talking about now. So, and it's already fun because I'm already starting to see them pop up in crypto voxels and parcels that aren't mine and stuff like that. So each piece is unique, each character is unique. The other set there, the Cover DFA ones, they look a little different. They're more kind of futuristic looking. They're all animated. They were done in Cinema 4D. These ones right here, a little bit more of like a techie kind of card, kind of like a future kind of one. And then the Cameo ones are a little bit more classic. Moving forward, we're going to start experimenting a little bit more with video. So yeah, just looking to onboard as many people as we can from the street world, our friends all over North America, and just kind of introduce them to the NFT space.
So being the neighbor to the north right here, what I'm seeing is just awesomeness. We're walking in, you're coming into your own gallery right here, all city collectibles on crypto voxels.
Yeah.
You're coming up with pretty much all of your work from Rareables right in here, which I just love. You can come in, click it. And what you're saying is you've been walking around crypto voxels and you'll see your work tagged up on some other walls in other locations.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet, man. And that's kind of like what we're trying to accomplish. So like I say, every NFT that we're putting out there, every edition, everything that we're going to do is always going to come stock with those transparent background files as well. We did them for Satoshi. We did like a little avatar for him as well too. So yeah, that's definitely the goal. We definitely want to be known as the brand who's putting stuff up in the metaverse. We are the first. So we want to keep that going and be recognized as that, and just keep delivering and bringing high caliber writers. And
how about your background in street art? You know, I mean, where did this come from? I mean, this isn't just something you probably thought of yesterday or last week.
Right.
This is years of work. I even says here, what, 20 years?
Yeah. So, I mean, I've been around for a while.
British Columbia. I know you're my neighbor to the north up there.
Yeah. I know. I've been around for a while. So probably got into graffiti through skateboarding when I was maybe 12. And yeah, I've been at it ever since. About a year ago, we started making these sketchbooks. So this is kind of where all City Collectibles came from. So I started making these freight train graffiti sketchbooks. We actually have 3. We got 2 street books and then 1 train one. So the idea with the train books is, you know, they're full of these train outlines. You get the train book. Here, I'll put it up again.
I'm sorry. Could you mind throwing up that book again? Because I had a different screen on. Yeah, on the smaller screen. So there we are. The train books right there.
Yeah.
And surprise, we got Loro's on right now. So
the homie.
What up?
Volume check.
You made it. What's good?
Yeah,
bro?
what up, homies? Just made it home.
Chilling.
So we're talking about, you know, tagging in the metaverse right now. You know, something that maybe you're not too familiar with in the metaverse, but I know your years of experience as a street artist, you're familiar with it. But, you know, what are your thoughts on, you know, bringing all this into the metaverse?
I think it's fucking genius.
Perfectly put about it. I love it.
I want to get into it. I want to learn how. I mean, I guess there has to be the permissions. I mean, it has to be interesting how when you put images on these like metaverse that are new kind of streets, how they assimilate and how you end up like what cost does that make? Like I see that people put ads and like kind of billboards inside the metaverse, right? Like in somebody else's wall. But then like really seeing Abe and a graffiti and these pieces like I'm seeing right now in the crypto boxes of the All City HQ, it's dope. It just brings a lot of flavor to these like
brings the walls to life, right? Yeah.
You can walk by and you can instantly see what the building's all about. You know, right here. Here's another one. Here's all the streetcars. Is that correct?
Yeah, actually, you know what? This is trippy. So this is up on Foundation right now. This was actually the kind of the gateway for me with crypto art. We ended up moving a little bit in a different direction. This is minted. It is on Foundation. But this is actually an interesting piece. So this was kind of my take on crypto art. We took the BC Rail train, because that's where obviously I'm from, in Vancouver, BC. And then the billboard above it, it's an iconic billboard from a bar out here called the Canby. It's actually from my street sketchbook as well. And then there's cover up there, and this is all animated again in Cinema 4D as well. It lights up, and then there's a glitch that we kind of added to it. We made the train kind of this weird like microchip thing. It was just kind of, this was my initial, before really kind of sinking my teeth into the space, this was kind of my take on crypto art. But again, we kind of moved in a different direction. We wanted to make things a little bit more collectible for people. So we chose to kind of go with the graffiti card kind of route. But that was a lot of fun to put that piece together. It was a few different stages. So
that's pretty sweet. I loved how you put all this together. I mean, I can understand how much time and commitment you guys put into this type of stuff.
Thank you. Yeah.
I just get scared and play around with it. So it's just like, yeah, come here. I got some cool stuff. I'm like, yeah, I'll show up. I didn't even notice this little area over here, like a little terrace.
Yeah, well, we should actually. Yeah, Nova, you should go upstairs for sure. And I just wanted to give a shout out. We had Loro's stuff all up on the second floor right now. Right now, it's the last day, but we were showcasing an amazing African 3D.
Oh, hell no! Look at this. This is sweet.
Yeah, right?
Dope. The rooftop's on fire, bro.
It's sick. Yo. I got to give shout outs to Kofi, and that's all those African masks who are up on the second floor there. Kofi's the G. So we showcased him for a week. But yeah, this is the basketball court upstairs. We took this. This is actually the Celtics court because I like the way that wood always looked, and then we just it looks kind of like a Nets court, but it was that was started out as a Celtics court, and then we turned it into All City, and we put a spinning logo on the top.
After this, I know a guy who owns a bunch of old NBA courts.
Oh, like shit!
Yeah. All right. And he's trying, and I think he's minting them. And like the courts he has is like the old All-Star game courts and stuff.
No way.
They don't use them, and he gets to store them in his warehouse.
Wow.
And, oh yeah.
Yo, I would love to see the old Grizzlies court because I mean, obviously the failed franchise out here in Vancouver. If you followed sports, but I used to go to the Grizzlies games as a kid. It was a disaster when they left, but nostalgic for me.
Yeah, I mean that's something. Let's link up at. You guys, one of you two, shoot me a DM after this, and we'll. I'll get that name because that was very interesting. But I mean that's something you can do here. Maybe just click on this and just mint the floor, and then
right. That'd be sick.
A collab with you and him, And on top of that, what he's doing with the floor now to gain traction is he is trying to put art on top of the wood pieces. So he sends out a 1 foot by 1 foot piece of the wood floor. Love it. Let me see if I can find it real quick.
That's Billy the Kid is his artist name. He's been working a lot with the NBA, and he was doing a lot of street art work with the NBA before, like years ago. So he's already got a foot in there, and now he's doing this project.
Billy with an I, right?
It's really cool, man. He's a fellow Colombian artist. He's also a fellow New York City street artist from
nice.
And putting that project together is pretty sick. I gotta say, it's crazy to walk up the stairs and see the different art on it, and it's really dope. It's crazy to know that we had Crypto Novo in there before. Like that's one of the pieces that we featured.
Right.
And it's really cool that it's like the metaverse, but I'm like, oh shit, that's my room. Like that's where we had the thing. I'm gonna tweak over there to see what's new in that backspace.
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, shout out Kofi. He's an amazing African 3D mask artist. He's just kind of switching over to I think Blender, but these are super dope. And that's what I'm gonna start doing with this space too. Is I'm gonna start showcasing other artists, just like we did with Loro. Homies and just people that can use the space. I love to be a platform for people and just help out and just kind of spread the word.
Yeah, and that's what it's all about. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. I'm trying to learn about it, get as much information out there. And like, look, you could have done anything you wanted to with your building, and what you've done is decided to share it. And that's what I found is like, you get 1 or 2 people to share in this space, then they bring in 5 or 6 friends. And the next thing you know, that spirals out of control, snowballs out of control. And then you have 30, 40, 50 people looking at this thing, and that's what we want.
Yeah, that's a fact. And the reality, not everybody can get into crypto voxels right now, right? So it's good to give that platform for people. So, but yeah, absolutely.
But then again, a lot of people can't get into art museums either, and this is a good way of doing it.
That's the goal. Anybody could access it, and it's pimp, really. Like it's a building. Walk in. I had a gallery in Bogota, Colombia, from like 2017 to 19, right before the pandemic. And it was in a crackhead spot, like right in downtown Bogota. But I built a big glass door. So once you walk through that glass door, that was like a big glass door, all the space and all the art inside, it really made a difference. And that's the you get like digitally when you walk into the spaces. It's so dope how they lay out, how you get space between the pieces. You could click it, buy it. It's crazy. I love it.
It works really well. And you know what else is really dope too? And I noticed it even with you, Loro, is just when people see their stuff in the metaverse for the first time, like up on a wall, like in a gallery setting, it's just like a huge, they love
There's even another floor up there.
You're going into the danger zone now. You know, this is the NSFW. I think it's drop acid spot. He's got, he might have some nudies up here, I think.
I'll hold up on this section of it just for. I'm upside down like in a fun house right now.
Shout out the homie Emmanuel. I can see him in the chat.
So that. And how long ago did you get this building? Sorry to ask you, All City.
Oh, I don't know. I think maybe, shit moves so quick, right? But I think it's been a few months now. Probably 2-3 months. Yeah.
I mean, it goes fast. I mean, but see, I always put it in dog years, like I tell people. So that's that by 7. So that might as well have been 3 years.
Yeah.
And then the upgrade and everything that you got to do with it is all part of it. But it's also part of the fun. And that's the reason I don't get into this stuff too much, is because you get in these wormholes, and then the next thing you know, it is 3-4 days later.
Oh, straight up!
What a beautiful way of displaying stuff. I mean, this is
it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for sure.
And
we're actually, you know what, we're putting. So I got 5 spots on Vibes right now. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with all of them just yet, but we're going to put together. We just started to. We're putting together NFT Canada. So just kind of another spot, not necessarily for street art and graph, just for, Canadian artists that are looking for a spot. We're going to dedicate a whole parcel to that. So
that's great. That's what you need, is spreading the word, getting those those links together, get the neighbors to the north together. So next time you come on, if you want to get, anyone else involved on this, next time you have a building open or you're doing an art launch on a specific floor, let me know. I like to track what's going on. This is pretty neat stuff.
Yeah. Well, we appreciate you, dog. And I definitely appreciate you for having me on and just bringing light to everything. Here's a good example. So that's a cameo piece from one of those cards. So you get one of those cards, you get that burner that you can put up, with the transparent background. That's a perfect example of what it looks like. So that's all unlockable content that you get on Rarible. And again, just find us on Rarible, rarible.com/ACCollectibles. And we do the customs, right? So the customs, I think, is a big deal. So the customs, there's, for the equivalent of 0.3, like I said, we're just trying to get it out there right now to everybody. So for the equivalent of 0.3, you grab a set. We'll do you a custom. So if you got a punk, you got an ape, you got whatever, we'll put that on a character for you and do your name. So good times.
That's dope. That's dope. I'm loving that, man. And I like how you get the asset and then you're gonna be able to throw it up everywhere.
Straight up.
That's flavor. Look at what happened today. It's like I painted this punk with the hoodie, right, last week.
Nice.
And down the street, I was doing a little other graffiti, like we like to do, and this guy was there just taking a picture of the punk and taking a picture and talking about it, and it was him. And we like, yo, it's you. What? This is dope. And we had a amazing moment, which is like, yeah, the real street. He loved it. He's so proud of it, and he was there hanging out in front of the piece, sending pictures of it, and it was just really heartwarming and like just fucking cool vibes to meet a punk that was so proud of it. He said he tweeted about it. He's really somebody in the space too that has a name, and it's been amazing how meeting him just happened out of nowhere, and it was really cool. It was like we just vibed.
Was that picture from today there that Novo just put up?
That was a couple hours ago.
Love it. Great shot.
I didn't even have time to even pull it up on Twitter or anything. It was just, DM'd me, it's showing the love and how fast this space grows, just like that. I mean, he's out there, Laura's out there hours later, with his work. And then right next to it, owners popping up, that's what it's all about, is that hard work that's going noticed throughout the community. And, it's not only in the physical form, but we're also seeing it in the digital form too, which is so cool. That's why I needed to have you guys on to talk about this stuff. This is fascinating to me. And I couldn't give you the due diligence last night because we had other artists on, but it's cool to weave you in with their discussion, because as we saw in their art, he was using graffiti in the background of more of a traditional sense of painting. Yeah, so he's actually painting on large canvases, tagging on rocks, because that's what he sees around New York City. Yeah,
that was wild. That was a good coincidence, kind of. That was cool.
Yeah,
and you know what? And me and Noah connected actually last night after the show too. So we're talking about doing something with one of these crypto voxel spaces. So that was good.
That's pretty sweet. All right. So I love it there. You guys got to hit him up. All right. I mean, we got a lot of people in the chat, coming in. Fran, thank you for checking in on us as well. But, everything's right over there at All City. So it's ACCollectibles, ACCollectibles. All right. So get on over there. You can get your stuff made, get it tagged up, and get up in crypto voxels. Just that simple. Get those cards going too and get them collectible to get yourself a nice tribute piece.
Hell yeah.
All right, boys, that's going to wrap it up for me for this weekend. Anything else? You want any shout outs to any friends? Laurel, any good calls?
Big shout out to you, my man. You're keeping it moving, and it's a special shout out to you today. Thank you for having us. And
I'm just trying. I'm hopefully going to have some more space for all my friends to get more artists out there. But what I do appreciate is you guys coming on and keeping my feet on the street level. And that's what I need is from these street artists, keeping me grounded because I can't catch everything all the time. And you know what? For 15, 20 minutes there, you took me away from any stressors I had and you brought me into the crypto voxel world, into your world, in the world of your friends. And I appreciate that. So I'm grateful for the coolness that you're bringing to the NFT space. ACCollectibles, anything else for the good of the order, All City?
Just thank you for having me on. Shout out Loro. Everybody keep an eye on him. Everybody keep an eye on the space and keep an eye out for us graffiti guys coming in because we're coming. All City Collectibles is going to be onboarding as many as we can. Keep an eye on us, right? So it's going to be a lot of fun. There's a lot of writers behind me. Just keep an eye on what's going on. And thank you for having me.
Yeah, I want to add that, graffiti is kind of like a cousin of NFTs in the sense that, it's all like, it's all tied together somehow. And I think as this like bubble gets bigger and keeps on getting more interesting, a lot of graffiti are coming in strong, understanding the idea of collections, of collectibles, of really playing with those two things like the metaverse and the street space and all these different meeting points. So that's dope. Forward to seeing all that and big up.
Well, we're seeing it in photography now, and that photography is murals on walls. I mean, we're seeing it in photography with statues, and street art is one of the oldest forms of art that's out there, dating back to all the way to hieroglyphics. And here we are tagging it up in the metaverse. You're going to walk by a metaverse and you're going to see it up there like, yep, that's me. Very similar when you see your physical art being spray painted up in the walls on the streets of New York. So gentlemen, I appreciate what you are doing, keeping us all back grounded to where art has come full circle. This is going to be Crypto Novo 311. I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. Let's get into this week and just rock it because we've had an awesome week last week. Let's continue it on this week. With that being said, stay positive and love life.
Peace.
Peace.